Hey guys, and welcome back to another Farming Simulator 2017 mod review. Today we have the 7R by TechMod. Basically it's the baby of the 8R by TechMod as well. Pretty much the same model here. And again, it looks fantastic. They have fixed quite a few of the issues that the version 1 of this tractor had. It used to be very tippy, and the deformation on the tyres was completely out of whack. But right now it's a rock solid tractor. We're here on Thornton Farm. It has been released, so let's go over the base price and some of the additional features. So we'll go to our tractors, scroll all the way to the back so you can see the two. These are the V2s of both. So it's a 140 a day, base horsepower of 110, 645 litres of fuel, will do 32 miles an hour. And these are all the specs you can do, which we will go over, and we'll bring it to the workshop and show you that in a minute. So you got the front weight, the front hydraulic, which is basically that there, as you could see. So the base one is the 7290R. The 7310, which is 310 horsepower, 290 horsepower, and 310. So just two options for the engine horsepower. So 290, 310. The different tyres, exactly the same as the 8R. Again, I will show and go over it. Design, green star ready, warning signs, and the base. No exhaust. Old exhaust. What are they? Basically, it looks like it's got a straight pipe. Again, I will show you guys that. And we'll come out of this. So, we've got the lights. Nice hydraulic straight axle. It does appear that it does have half of the universal joint there, shown on each side of the axles. It does have the, what I would consider the American style rims, not necessarily the European ones. Nice 3-point. Again, you got that white ghosting that comes over. I don't know if that's the cube map or what the deal is. Even with the lights on over here, you can kind of see it. But with it off, looks spot on. So let's get into the machine. If you hit E on your keyboard, you've got two options. You can jump right in, or if you're partway there, something I missed on the 8R. Very immersive. All I would say is, why is there no sound on the door opening and shutting? We're missing a trick here. So now I'll go over the IC control. Just like the 8R, it's pretty much exactly the same. So down here on the foot pedal, we've got the steering wheel and the telescopic. Just here, if I switch off all the lights, we have daylight running lights, I believe. So we'll switch the IC off. And you've got the daylight running lights. Unlike last time, I don't think it starts with them on, and it doesn't glitch where the two interior lights will stay on, which is a case in the 8R, which using it I have found. We'll go over here and you see the wiper. So we do have working wipers on this, manual working wipers, which is nice for when it's raining, a bit more immersive. Love that. And we'll switch it off. They're just straight on off. The door. And as we shut that, we have an interior light on this side. Sometimes they're slow to react. It's one thing I've noticed. It's almost like it's loading in some stuff. An interior light there, very bright. Sunshade. And of course, sunshade up there. No sunroof on this one. I don't think any of them do, to be honest. Any of the R-Series tractors. The window is there. Again, no sound for shutting it. And kind of unique. You can turn the seat cocked-eyed a little so you can easily check what's going on in the back without hurting your neck. And you can turn the armrest down or put it up. And that really concludes the IC in this. So let's get this puppy started. And I'll stay quiet for this one. So the sound effects as it's going into one to the other from what I just heard there, yeah, that doesn't sound too hot. But we do have the black smoke and all of that good stuff. I like that. I would love to see some mods, maybe eventually with this or the 8R or some later down the line. When the engine really starts to work, you get some black smoke. Not necessarily constant, but now and again. But we do have a screen down here. Unfortunately, I don't have track IR or anything on this computer. But you can see some numbers slightly changing. If I bring up this number here, seems to be fuel usage, corresponding with the fuel usage mod here, the better fuel mod, which is from the mod hub. And this icon here, you'll see that go up and down, which is engine RPM, which seems to kind of correspond with the engine RPM here. This number speed, forward, neutral, and reverse here. Fuel and all that good stuff. I don't know if that is functioning, but they are probably here. I think the fuel is this one, maybe? Question mark? Not too sure. Don't know if they function. And we do have IC on the dash here, where basically is your green star. So once you switch your lights on, something I did notice today is there's no indication that your lights are on. Not a big deal, but for more immersion. Same with your beacon lights. You can clearly see they're on, but nothing on the dash there. So we'll take it for a spin and bring it out into the daylight. Now this has got the Vario grip. If you hold Control and G for G for golf and double tap, it will go down. You can see it down on the bottom there and lift back up. And lift back up. There we go. It does have the reversing beep, which I'm not a fan of, but I'll deal with it, I guess. Of course, full working indicators, which do work in cab. Very nice. That's why I'm surprised the beacons don't show. So we'll come in, try and get into the workshop. Now the thing does get fully dirty, which I'll quickly show here. See different stages. The tyres do 100% get dirty as well. I've had this thing completely mucky and all that good stuff. Customization. So one thing I'll quickly do here is throw on creative money, so I can show you this without causing an issue to my main personal game save. Front hydraulic we'll put to front weight. Boom. Knocks it around a bit, but that's what it looks like with the front weight. Customization. We'll put it down to the 290 horse, just to show the numbers do 100% change. Now, so I don't forget, I'm going to swap that back right away. Tires. So we'll put the Michelins on. So this is what the Michelin tires look like. Pretty much the same. It seems like they're thinner, their sidewall. Each to their own on the preference on that one. Me personally, I prefer the Trollbergs. I think the tires actually look more used, not necessarily used, but actual rubber looking, like Michelin twins. Again, exactly the same as the 8R. And Trollborg twins. Now you can see the difference in the rubber looking stuff. Giants, you really hit it on the nail on the head with them. Green Star and warning paddles. That's the warning panels up there. Now something I've noticed, if I open F1 and if I hold right mouse button, it has some stuff that you can move. Of course, it'll bring up my GPS, not GPS, courseplay, but I don't know what it does. It seems to move the camera. I really don't understand what it's supposed to do. Is there any lights on there, or are they just reflections? Maybe indicators? Nope. Literally just reflectors, I guess. And of course we've got the green star up there, so we'll take that off. Put that back to basic so you guys can see that. Tractor will bounce all over the place. So that's what it looks without. The collisions do work properly on the grill by the looks of it. This time around, the 8R is a little bugged like that. I think they'll have a fix for that at some point. So the new exhaust, let's pay attention to what the new exhaust looks like and make the tractor jump one more time, because why not? So this is what the... Actually, let's go ahead and... Where is the light switch? I always forget where it is on here. Okay, where's the lights? I thought we had some lights in here. We do. Maybe it's here. Yes, it is. Here we go. Here's the exhaust. So it looks pretty bulky. We can change that out. Customization. Yep, we change that to hydraulic to old exhaust. And what does it do? Don't think it does anything this side, but here it looks like it basically puts a straight pipe on it. What it looks like, and we'll go out here. Why am I doing that? Doesn't really change too much. You can see it there. But that is this in a nutshell. We'll put that back. Yep. And of course tractor jumps once more. So yeah, nothing seems to change over here. Or does it actually? The air intake there. Does that disappear? Let's check that out. I think that's what changes. No, it's still there. Okay. My bad. I thought I was seeing things. No exhaust. Bam. This is back to how I had it. And there it is. Basically a big old silencer. I think I may end up swapping it out at some point. So, very short, quick, well, not tutorial, but mod review on this 7R. Do I recommend it? 100%. TechMod, you guys rock. These are some amazing tractors. And I think they are working on a 900 series, or 9000 series tractor. So hopefully we'll see that from them. I'm not too sure after recent events whether we will see it. If those guys happen to see this, hit me up and let me know on that one. Because, yeah, I'd like to let the people know. Highly recommend this. I will link it directly to the uploaded site. Bear in mind, it may get updated at some point. The link may not work. I'll also link their social media at TechMod. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this mod review. And until next time, catch you guys later. See ya.